Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. So do me a favor before we get started. I need for you to hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need for you to do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. Also check me out on IG, elevation_mentor. So how are you today? All right, hope you're well. So we're going to talk about the housing market and how the housing market is changing. This goes into effect August 17th. That's the date. So there was a lawsuit, as you are aware. This is a realtor antitrust settlement for $418 million in damages. So as a result of this lawsuit, these are the changes. We're going to go over it quickly. All right. So basically, in a nutshell, the sellers don't want to pay real estate agent commissions. All right. So traditionally, how it works, when the seller is selling a home, they're going to pay 6%. Whatever that the purchase price of that house is, they're going to pay 6%, and 3% goes to the listing agent, 3% goes to the buyer's agent. The listing agent is the one that's selling the house. They're helping you to sell the house. The buyer's agent is the one that is helping you to buy the house. All right. So I'm talking to real estate investors right now, first time home buyers, people who are interested in getting back into buying property. All right. So I'm coming to you that angle as the buyer. All right. So the seller does not have to pay the buyer's agent as of August 17th. That is one of the big changes. The seller does not have to pay the buyer's agent. The buyer's agent is the real estate agent that is representing you. They're going to the houses with you to help you to find your property. That is the buyer's agent. So as of August 17th, the seller does not have to pay the real estate agent. All right. Only the listing agent. So they don't have to pay the buyer's agent. Only the listing agent. However, they can offer the agent compensation. So after the settlement, they leave it up to the seller on whether they pay commission or not. All right. So that is the big difference. So what's going to happen as a result of that? You as the buyer, you have to pay the real estate agent now. That's the difference. All right. So there is an agreement. There's an agreement called the buyer brokerage agreement. So traditionally, you did not have to sign this. You didn't have to sign it until you're ready to purchase the home, right? At that point, you sign it. As of August 17th, they are requiring that you sign this agreement. All right. So, what is this agreement? This agreement is essentially saying that you're going to pay the real estate agent. All right. So, you're either going to pay them a flat fee or a percentage. And this is negotiable. So, look at what you're signing. This is a major difference, and it happens August 17th. They are requiring you to sign this agreement. This is different. All right. So, what are you going to do? If you are purchasing property, maybe you're a first term home buyer, or you're getting back into real estate and you're getting back, maybe you've owned property in the past and you're getting back into buying property again. All right. So, you're going to interview different realtors. Traditionally, you see a house you like. Okay, this is the realtor assigned to the house, so you call them, and then you're with them because you just want to see that house that you're interested in, right? Traditionally, you could be with as many realtors as you want, and you're not signing anything, all right, until you're ready to purchase. That's when you sign. However, as of August 17th, they are requiring that you sign this agreement. So what you're going to do is, before you sign anything, you're going to interview realtors, interview 3 realtors, and ask them, what is the fee? Because essentially that's what they're doing, is they're binding you to paying them, because the seller doesn't have to pay you. All right. So you're going to interview 3 realtors, ask them, what is the fee? Is this a flat fee or is this a percentage? And then what are you going to be doing? What are your responsibilities? Because they do have different types of agents. Some agents are flat fee agents, and then others work off percentages, like you're used to the 3% that you may hear of. So they do have things called flat fee agents. And flat fee agents, they have less responsibilities. Those responsibilities would be to open the door, hand you a contract, and you're essentially on your own. However, there are other agents that take you from step A to Z. And if you're a first time home buyer, you really do need that guidance from A to Z. So make sure you're getting an A to Z realtor. All right. So, what are you going to be doing? Are you going to be opening the door? Of course, they're going to be opening the door. Are you going to be helping with the contract? Are you going to be writing the offer? Are you going to be negotiating the offer? And then what is their experience? Are they an actual real estate investor? And what kind of real estate do they own? What kind of tenants do they have? Um, do they have Section 8 tenants by chance? Do they own rental property? Get a feel for their experience. Are they just an agent, or are they an agent and a real estate investor? All right. So you're going to be asking, what is the fee and what are they actually going to be doing? All right. As far as the contract goes, you want it to be short as possible. 3 months. They have 3 months. They have 6 months. So look at that. Look and see how long the contract is. All right. Short as possible, just in case the agent is not working out for some reason. All right. And you can sign an agreement for a 1 day. Like if you just want to see that property, you can sign those kind of agreements. You can sign agreements for 1 day to see a property. So just be careful of what you're signing. So read what you're signing. All right. You can visit open houses without an agreement. The difference with that is that you're going into a house and they're representing the seller. So that's the difference. So you can visit an open house without an agreement. And when you walk in, basically, they're representing the seller. If you have another agent, you do have to disclose that you are working with another agent. Okay, another difference with this lawsuit settlement, besides this agreement that they are requiring you to sign as of August 17th, another major change is that the commission will not be listed on the MLS. So the buyer agent commission will not be listed on the MLS. So that is another change as a result of this lawsuit. Okay. So the seller does not have to pay the real estate agent. You're required to sign this agreement. and the commission is not going to be listed on the MLS. Those are the three major changes as a result of this lawsuit. All right. So the seller does not have to pay the real estate agent. So what do you do if you are interested in buying property and the seller is not going to pick up that fee anymore? Because that's a fee that you didn't have to pay in the past, and now you have to pay. So what are you going to do if the seller will not pay? All right, these are some things that you can do. You can ask the seller to pay. You can ask the seller to pay the real estate agent. All right. If the seller refuses to pay the real estate agent, you can ask for them to pay half of it. You can do that. So the other options, you can pay the agent yourself, or you can buy a house without an agent. Another option is when it comes to the purchase price, you can offer less of the purchase price to make up for you paying the agent. You pay less for the house. You can subtract it from the purchase price. So there's some wiggle room. There's wiggle room, right? So if you decide to purchase a home without an agent, how would you do that? How would you buy a house without an agent? Well, you would go directly to the listing agent. The listing agent is the agent that is helping the seller. If you were to do that, just keep in mind that they represent the seller, not you. So they're on the side of the seller. So there's some important things to look out for. If you're doing that, you don't have any representation. It's kind of like going to your opposition's attorney and asking them to represent you. That's kind of what it's like. All right. So they're not representing you, they're representing the seller. But that's one of the ways you can buy a house without an agent is you go directly to the listing agent. And some important things to look out for if you decide to do that is earnest money. Ask how to get your earnest money back if you decide not to buy the house. Make sure there's understanding with that so you don't lose your earnest money. Make sure there's understanding with the inspection period. How long do you have to have those inspections done? Because you don't make the final decision until after the inspections are done. So what's the time frame? How many days? And then seller disclosure, making sure that the seller is disclosing everything that's wrong with the property. All right, those are some things to look out for if you decide to purchase property without an agent. So you can go directly to the listing agent. Also, you can go directly to the seller. You can go directly to the seller, purchase a home that way, and ask them if they will do owner financing. All right. Will you do owner financing? All right. All right. So those are the major changes. They are going down August 17th. All right. If you like the channel, do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. Also, feel free to leave your comments below. And while you're down there, check out my hat collection. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good rest of your day.